Hey everybody, Richter Knives, your favorite knife tuber. Episode number 92. Just sitting on the back porch and chilling, thinking about making a video. I did a giveaway a couple videos ago, and here in the next few days, when work ain't so crazy, I'm gonna go ahead and have my daughter help me out with doing that giveaway. So it was a red leather ghost slip, and I'll do something. I'm going to give away a knife at the 2000 mark. I'm at 1700 and something. Don't know the exact number right now, but I thought for the heck of it, let's give away a slip. So that's what we're going to do. Hope somebody gets that and uses it and likes it. That ghost leather is pretty cool. You know, the outside of it has that waxy layer to it, and it gives off that cool looking patina. All that red comes out as you wear it out and put it in natural britches, and you know, throw it on the table or whatever you do with it. All that's gonna just give it character, and it'll be pretty cool. Speaking of character, this is what I got in my pocket today. This is, I believe, the very first slip I ever put an R on, and I made it for myself from a sod buster, and I picked out this leather because it had a huge scar right there. You see it going across there? I just thought, you know, that was pretty cool. Ain't nobody else got nothing like that. I can make you a slip like this, but it's not going to have that same scar. It's not going to be the same, you know, this is one of a kind, and that's what I like mostly about it. Intrigues me. Pocket knives, patina, wear. This thing's been in my pocket quite a bit, and it's kind of built like a I don't know, I'm kind of connected to it. I like it a lot. I think it's hard not to connect to something that you carry every day. I remember my dad coming home. This is before anybody even heard of EDC, or it was made up or whatever. But when I was a little kid, my dad always carried his wallet, his pocket knife, his pen. What else he carry? A can of snuff. I'm trying to think of what else. He had his watch on. And what he'd do when he got home is he'd take all that off, or whenever he got done for the day. He knew he wasn't going to be messing with nothing else. He'd take his belt and he'd pull it off, and he'd put it in a little circle around his hand, stick it on the table, and he'd just one by one start pulling out an item, his wallet, stick it inside that little belt, you know, that he had turned into a circle. And he'd take his knife and he'd stick it in there, and he'd take his pen out of his shirt pocket, his little notebook, whatever, you know, he had from work, and he'd stick it in that. And I would just be like focused, red, I'm talking red eye focused on what he was doing, and fascinated. And I was like, man, that is so cool. And I could not take my eyes off of him doing that. It just fascinated me so much. Like, I thought it was neat that I'd walk over there and look at his stuff, and I'd be like, man, look at this pocket knife. This is something else. He carries this every single day. And I thought it was neat. His pen, he carried it every single day. And he didn't just carry a normal old Bic, you know, pen. He tried to carry a nice pen. He carried like a Parker Jotter most of the time. Clickety click. Pens, you know, he had that same old timer or Uncle Henry, and he'd keep it sharper than you could even think about. It was insane. That influenced me a lot more than I thought. Back then, I really didn't think nothing about it. I just thought it was a normal thing. And then when I got older, and I started, you know, watching videos of knives and getting into knives, I'm like, you know, I've always had this fascination with these things, the EDC things, the pins, the knives, the leather, the belt, the, you know, the stuff. I've had that fascination with it. But it's the character. It's, you put it in your pocket, and how in the world could you not develop some kind of appreciation and connection to something like that? You know what I mean? I've got a few pins, I got a few knives, I got some slips, but you don't really get that connection to a knife unless you carry it and use it. That's why I like to do that so much. And there's this big deal about, do you use your knife collection? Do you put it up? Do you display them? Do you save them to resell later on? And man, that's up to you. That's completely up to you. The only reason that I know that I carry my stuff like that and I do stuff with mine, I'm not trying to get it all nasty and dirty for an Instagram photo. That's not what it's about. It's about, I want the micarta on my knives to, get a little darker, to get some character. That way I'm connecting to it. It's my knife. I can look at a photo of a brand spanking new knife, or I can go to Academy or Bass Pro Shops or Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I could look at a knife in their case and it'd be brand spanking new, but I have zero connection to it. But I pull out the pocket knife that I carry all the time, and it's got that darkness and the oils of my hands in it. It's got the patina on the blade where I know I've cut something. It's just that connection you feel with your EDC. And I remember back in the day, my dad had that connection with all his stuff. I thought his stuff was so valuable that, it's hard to put a price on it. Now, my dad passed away a long time ago, and my mom has his wallet, his keys, his, Lord, the stuff he carried every day, his pins. My brother has his pocket knife. I got his 1970s or 60s or 70s case sharpening steel. And I'm tickled to death with that because I really wanted that. I'd sit there and watch him sharpen that knife, and I just told him, hey man, whenever you pass away, I want that. Leave that to me in your will. He didn't really have a will. He really didn't have too much of anything. I don't have very many things in my dad's, but sometimes I'll go over to my mom's house and I'll say, hey, let me look at dad's stuff. And she'll show me. And it's just, that connection. Like his wallet had a few pictures of my mom, or those little handwritten notes he had in there, the wear of the leather, the shininess of the patina on it, the patina on his pocket knife, and all that translates to today. Whenever I get home from work and I take my belt off and I put my EDC right there inside that belt, and I carry the same knife, or not the same knife, but I carry a knife every day, and it gets used and it gets that patina. Some knives I have don't get patina. Like, for example, I got this one right here. But I really love this knife. It's titanium, and it doesn't have a lot of character, but it has some of those things that just draw me to it. The jigged part of the titanium, the blade, the shadows hit it just right, and you get that kind of like, I don't know, kind of used look. The walk and talk, that is it's pretty cool. I like this knife a lot. It's not, the normal thing to me as far as a traditional pocket knife. There's no bone. There's no brass. There's, it's stainless. It's got a satin finish. The corners are rounded off. Still, I like this knife. But I'm not going to be a hater. I'm seeing a lot of, not hate in the EDC community or the knife community, but people telling each other what to do with their pocket knives. Like I said, if you want to put yours in your safe and push the buttons and nobody else can get into it, and it stays in a tube or it stays in the box for the rest of its life and never sees a light of day and nobody ever looks at it, it's your knife. Who am I to tell you what to do with your knife, or what to do with your leather, or what to do with whatever's yours? Like, I buy a truck and you don't tell me I need to drive it a certain speed, or, put a certain thing on the rear view mirror. Why would you tell somebody what to do with their knife? I just don't understand that. I've never got that. I'm always going to be on that side of, I'm going to use my stuff, and I'm going to use my pocket knives, and I feel if I don't, I won't connect to it. And if I don't connect to it, why have it? I got so many things that I do connect to. What's going to kick that out of my pocket for that to get in my pocket? So I'll just get rid of it. I'll sell it, I'll give it away, or I'll trade it. I done a lot of trading back in my day. Still do trading. If you like something that I have, ask me. Maybe I'll trade it. I'm a trader. I like trading up. I trade down a lot. A lot of times if I see something and I do a trade, I'll give you well more than what I think, what I'm getting in return is worth, just so you feel like you got the deal. Because I'm not out to get nobody, and I'm not out to, make a big old profit. If I like a knife, and I give you a knife that's worth more, and even throw in another knife. I've done that. I've traded 3 or 4 knives for one knife. I'm not trying to get got. I'm not dumb, but I know what I'm doing. If, I'm not stingy. I ain't going to be on this earth for a long time. I'll be lucky. If I got another, I'm 44 right now. If I got another 15 years, hey, that's pretty cool. A lot of people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But why not share it? Why not have a good time with it? Why not just create a YouTube and Instagram and share with people and build friendships, and not hate on people's knives and the way they use them and what they do with them and what kind of knife they get. And there's that age-long thing about Chinese knives. I freaking can't stand China. Can't. I hate them. Not the people. I just can't stand China. I don't like it. And you can get upset if you want to or whatever, but if it's made in China, and you want a knife and you like that knife, go get that knife. What am I tell you not to buy something you like because it's made on another piece of soil in the earth? That makes no sense whatsoever. You buy China shirts, I bet you this shirt is made in China. I bet you I take off this hat and inside the tag probably says made in China. But then you tell somebody not to buy a knife because it's made in China. I'm USA. You know that even my logo has the USA flag in it. I am an American patriot, and I love America, and I'm going to support America. And I usually don't buy Chinese. I usually don't buy anything except American. But if I want to, it's my life. I like it. I like it. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not telling you not to do it. You do whatever you do. Do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that you ought to be able to do what you want to do with your knives build, you know, a connection with your knives. Build a connection with your EDC, your pins, your, you know, the micarta, the bone. Mod your knives. I've been talking about modding some of my knives, and some people are like, no, God, don't do that. What? Why? Why not? If something's 3 blades and I like a single blade and I want to delete it to a single blade, I may ask your opinion, and you can tell me your opinion, but I don't know why people get butthurt about somebody else doing something to their knives. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, it's your stinking knife. If you want to, like, anodize it purple, or you know, do something to the back spring to where it's ornate, or you know, you want to like etch roses into the blade. Whatever you want to do, it's your stuff. What I'm trying to get at here, fellas, is it's your life. It's your knife life. Do what you want to. You know what I'm saying? Now, what kind of knife collection would you have if you had everything that everybody wanted you to have and nothing they didn't? Would you even like your knives anymore? Probably not. The Jack Wolf knives get a lot of hate, and I see the price. The price is a lot. That's a lot of money for a knife. And some people, especially knife people that are not knife people, won't understand how much, I mean, why you would spend that much on a pocket knife. But in all facets of the world, and collecting, and hobbies and things like that, there's different hobbies, and they just spend money on stuff that you're like, what in the world are you doing? Now, you can go buy a sewing machine for probably about $100. But somebody who is into sewing, and this is what they do and what they love, they're probably not going to have that $100 sewing machine. They're probably more apt to get something a little more expensive that would suit their needs and their taste, and do what they want it to do, and look the way they want it to look. And they may spend, you could spend whatever you want to on a dumb sewing machine. You could spend $600 easy on a sewing machine, and everybody's like, what in the world's wrong? Why would you do it? Well, same thing with cars. People collect cars. Now, you may see a feller on the side of the road who's got 30 cars and not a single one of them dumb things run. But to him, every one of those things he sees in his eye, this is what it's going to become. This is how I see it when it's finished. And you don't see it finished. You see it sitting there missing a tire, or sitting there rusting. He sees patina, and he sees something that's going to run one day, and he's going to spend his money on that. So I'm just like, on these Jack Wolf knives and the more expensive knives that people buy, I get it, because you know, you've got a certain taste, and if you're going to spend the money on that, who am I to tell you not to? Who am I to tell you you're getting gypped? Because you taking your money out and putting it out there and saying, I want to trade this for that, that's you being happy with it. If you like it, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If some people are comfortable wearing a $15 pair of shoes at Walmart, and another person is going to wear probably, you know, a $250 pair of Jordans. That's what they like. So, rant over. I just want to talk about character. It's yours, it's yours. Do what you want to with it. This Sodbuster Junior here, it had some beautiful bone on it. It was a CV. I believe it was a chestnut jig bone. Probably the prettiest Sodbuster Jr. that they made. And a lot of people ask me, why did I recover it? Because I chipped a bone. I dropped it, boom, chipped a bone. So this is what it turned into. But it turned into something cool that I like. So I thought to myself, and I seen a picture on Instagram of this version of this, and I got a hold of the guy, and I'm like, man, I want something like that. The cross-cut micarta, the lanyard hole, the half stop, right? All that stuff. The brass liners, the brass pins. That's what I want. Kind of like a little bitty GC71. It's kind of like what it feels like to me. A smaller version. And he put a faux patina on there. A lot of people don't like that, a forced patina. I really am not. If I had to choose, I wouldn't choose the forced patina. I really like the natural. But it kind of goes with this knife. And a lot of people, you know, was wondering, why in the world would you do something like that? Change that bone. Well, it's what I wanted. It's what I wanted after the bone cracked. Now, I could have just set that thing down and enjoyed the looks of it, but I grabbed something that I know how to use. So, and in this video, I want to go ahead and tell you, do what makes you happy. If you want a knife and you want to carry it and you want to do something to it, or you want to mod it, or it's a knife that nobody else likes but you like it, like for example this Benchmade proper that nobody can stand because of the action, then you know this one, I really like the micarta on it. I like the shape of it. I like the thinness of it. I like the way it carries in my pocket. The S30V, I like S30V steel. It's not bad steel at all. I think it's good steel. I have been looking to see if somebody can remake the back spring to make it snappier. I seen that done, trying to think of the guy's name that had it done, and I can't right now. But I seen it on Instagram. I showed a couple of people, and then I talked to the guy, and he's like, that was so hard, I'm never doing that again. I don't blame him. So, but if I never do anything to this, I still like this knife. I'm not going to get rid of it. I've gone on this kick to where I'm trying to get back the knives that I've gotten rid of that I liked before. So, because I hate that regret of, man, I got rid of that knife, and now I'm like, oh gosh, I miss it. And I hate that feeling. I hate seeing like somebody else having that same knife, and you're like, dude, I had that. Am I dumb or what? Now, I know I traded a lot, and I'm rambling right now. I traded a lot to get, you know, try out different knives. I was looking for that perfect knife. I was looking for, you know, the best knife there was. One that would trump all the other knives that I had. And in the event of me trying to figure that out, I just got a lot of knives. And I traded a lot. So, but now I'm not trading as much. Like I said, I'll trade. I'm not trading as much because I've got some good knives. I really do. Now, I don't have the best knife collection in the world, but I'm pretty content. Like if I never got another knife, I'd still be content with all these knives that I have. I have given a lot away. I've sold some. I've traded some away. I think I've given away probably about 3 this week. I don't think, you know, I've kind of I think I've kind of learned my place in where I want to be as far as my collection. and I've matured in that, and I kind of know what I like and I don't like now. And I'm trying to weed out the fluff and keep the things that make me content with it. And like this knife I'm content with. Now is there new knives that are coming out that I like? Oh yeah. I just got a new Viper I'm going to show y'all a video of. It's one of 16, I believe. Rendezvous OD green jig micarta. It's pretty cool. I got that one. They come out with all these new Vipers, GC did, and man, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I like the yellow one with the bar shield, the white one with the cloud shield. The ebony looks pretty neat. I ain't too fond of that shield, but I do like that ebony wood on it. What else? There's quite a few. That blue bone is pretty neat. I don't think it's for me, but I think it's really good looking. What else is coming out? This may sound trendy or whatever, but I really like the Flytanium Arcade with the shark lock. I really like that one, and I'm thinking about getting that one. That's kind of a new knife, just because I don't have a lot of modern folders, and I'm kind of still in the modern folder. What do I want? Do I want a 940? I don't know. I can't stand the green and the purple. I think it's a weird combination. And I know they have, you know, you can, you know, put different scales on it, or you can buy different versions, G10 or whatever. But what else? I don't know what I want as far as modern folders. I know there's a lot I like. I never had a PM3. I got a PM2 in Maximit, and I love that knife. So all that being said, I'm not out looking to buy a bunch of knives. I don't have it like that. I don't got a lot of money like that. And you may think, well, you're buying all these GECs. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not buying a lot of GECs. Mostly the GECs, if I buy one, it comes from something that I've sold, or you know, a trade off leather work or something. So I've got a rule that I think is a pretty good rule. If you're going to be collecting something, or if you're going to be doing something like the knife thing, if you're going to be doing this EDC thing, that I'm never going to spend $1 of my normal job paycheck on an item for myself. I'm not going to do it. If I sell something, I'll use that money. If I make money somehow, like trading or selling something, or selling services, or selling you know, a strop or whatever it is, if I make something myself outside of what I done in my regular paycheck, I'll use that money to purchase things like that for myself. I just feel less guilty about it, and you know, I don't want to take away from my family to support a pocket knife. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good rule to have. I'm not taking any food off the table, which I know I wouldn't anyway. I just think it's fair to my family. That way they don't have to stress about money and bills and stuff. This is going on for 30 stinking minutes. I've been sitting here on the back porch yickety yakking. Why didn't y'all say something? I'm just kind of ranting. And this is one of them talkity videos that I normally don't do. But I ran out of Light Monster. Ran out of pocket knives to show you. I reckon we'll make this an end here in a second. So don't forget to tell your mom and them, your friends, your barber, your crush about Richter knives. Hit the subscribe button if you would. If you really like my channel, and if you've gotten this far into this video and you're not subscribed, just hit the button. What are you waiting on? Just, there it is. Push it. Also like the videos. And shoot down in the comments, you know, whatever you think you need to put down in the comments. I just think it's cool for us to talk and, you know, talk about knives, talk about EDC, talk about all these things that I've been talking about on this crazy video for 30 minutes sitting here on his back porch. Forgive the chickens. This is Richter, out.